Hey everyone, in today's video I am going to be checking out, unboxing these brand new Mackie SRM212 V-class speakers. These look really cool. Up next. My name is Jeff, and on this channel I do all sorts of different tech reviews, tips, tutorials, and more, just like reviewing DJ equipment and speakers, just like these here. For full disclosure, Mackie did reach out to me asking if I'd be willing to test out and give a review of these speakers, and I kindly agreed. So they sent these speakers to me. However, there has been no money compensation. This is not a sponsored video by them whatsoever. My goal here is to give you guys valuable information, show you the unboxing and all the features that come with these speakers, and give you guys my honest opinions from doing my own testing on these speakers. All right, let's check these out. I'm excited to unbox these. Let's see what comes in the box. And since I've got two of these speakers, let's open this other one up with a top view. You get your SRM V-class quick start guide. So this has setup instructions, different hookup diagrams, and technical specifications. Ah, that new speaker smell. So let's take an overview look of the speaker. This is fresh out of the bag and fresh out of the box from receiving it. It did come with a power cable, so stretched out, this power cable is just over 4 feet long. I think it's about 4.5 feet long. And then we've got the speaker itself. The sticker on the front here says V-class serious output 2,000 watts of solid power, cutting edge technology, acoustic tuning and system protection, and the next level control. It has a built-in mixer, which we'll take a look at on the back, and then full color display. It does use the Bluetooth technology for its wireless capabilities, and we're going to be checking that out as well. So first, let's go through the build quality. So let's talk sizing and weight of this speaker. So the speaker is 25.9 inches tall by 14.2 inches wide and 15.2 inches deep. According to the website listing, this thing weighs 40.6 pounds. Let's just pick it up here. Yep. Yeah, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but very manageable. On the front, we have this metal grill and a couple of screws holding it in place. We've got the logo and then the SRM class indication down here. I like how it has that very slick, smooth look on the front. Let's take a look at the rest of it. So as we turn the speaker to the side, it's got this handle right here making for easy gripping. And then I'm noticing that there's this is either rubber or plastic. This looks to be rubber. Looks like some rubber feet all over these edges so that if you're going to lay it down on an angle, that's going to help with not scratching up the plastic coating that's on it. So let's take a look at the back. So on the back, we have, again, both sides here are angled. So you've got those rubber feet on both edges to kind of protect the plastic. We have all of our controls, which I'll go more into here as we explore that. Looks to be a readout screen and then all your different plugins. We've got our area where we can plug the speaker in and then our on-off switch down on the bottom. There's rubber feet. There's two down here, two over here, the two here, and then two here to help from keeping the plastic, I'm sure, getting scratched up depending on what angle you want to lay this speaker. And then the last side of this speaker, again, there's those two rubber feet. We've got a handle on this side. So you've got handles on both sides of the speaker as well as on the top, making it very easy to maneuver, pick this up, turn it whatever direction you want. Let's take a look at the top of the speaker, and this is the handle that I was grabbing to pick it up. Two big screws holding this handle in. The handle itself is made out of plastic, just a different type of plastic than this casing. And then it says SRM V-class on it as well. So let's take a look at the bottom of our speaker, and we've got 4 rubber feet that you can use so that the speaker doesn't slide around. And then in the center, we've got dual pole mounts. So this one towards the back is a straight up and down hole. And then this is a 7-degree angled pole mount hole so that the speaker is going to tilt down when you mount it in this front one. So if you set up on a stage or something, your speaker is going to be angled down so that the sound kind of throws better at the audience. Again, I can use this top handle as well as the side handle to set this guy down. Here's an example of how you can mount it on one of the side angles, and here is an example of mounting it on its other side. And real quick, as we do in all the videos on this channel, we've hidden Tinker. He's our little hidden robot, and he briefly pops up in all the videos on this channel. If you happen to spot Tinker, our little hidden robot, briefly popping up somewhere during this video, take note of the timestamp or the amount of time into this video that you spotted him popping up, and let me know that timestamp as well as your best comment down in the comments section below. And if you're the first person to spot Tinker in this video, we'll put your name on our Tinker Forward Hall of Fame page as well as give you a shout out in one of our future videos. So right here you can see the rear panel. We've got our power switch down here, and this is where IEC cable's plugging in. Let's go ahead and turn this on. 1, 2. So within about a second or two, we get power to our LCD screen on the back. Let's take a closer look at this area. So here's the rear panel up close on the back of the speaker. Right up top here, you've got your LCD screen, which I'll go into in a minute, and then the turn knob, which allows you to do all the different controls right from here. In addition to that, we've got 3 different channels that allow you to control the gains on them. We've got for channel 1, you've got a XLR as well as a 1/4 inch jack input, so like a combo input for this, as well as a direct out. So if you were going to go maybe to another speaker, same thing for channel 2, and I like that they've got the locks on here for the XLR. You've got your 1/4 inch combo XLR with a direct out. And then for this 3rd channel here, we have an 1/8 inch jack. So this is good if you have if you're going to play from like a phone or some sort of a mobile device, and you just want to do a line in from that device. You have that ability, you know, for cocktail music or something like that. That's a great input for this speaker as well. And then all of these different channels, you can do a mix out to wherever you're going to be going through this main mix out port. So let's look at all the different menus that we've got in the LCD portion of the speaker, and I just think it's awesome that you've got all the customizability. Your mixer is built right into the back of this speaker. So if we tap on the mixer portion and I move this dial around, you'll see we've got our different channels, channel 1, channel 2, Bluetooth, and then our main, our master. You can just tap into any one of these and then you can adjust the level. If we go to underneath each one of these channels, you have your EQs. So you can go in and you can adjust, say, the highs. You can make them higher, lower, to whatever you'd like, and then you can go down and go to the back button. That takes you back. So you've got those options for each one of these channels, including Bluetooth, which we'll get more into the Bluetooth coming up. I'll also show you more about the app. We can go back to our main menu. That's all the mixer functions. It's also got modes. So these are all the preset EQs. You've got flat, live, speech, club, and monitor. And then you can also set the speakers whether you are using them inside or outside, which is going to adjust the sound even more. Just to give you an overview from my testing, so The flat setting is going to be probably your most basic speaker setting, all around use. If you're going to be DJing with these speakers, that's going to be your most basic setting to give you probably just normal sound coming out of these speakers. If you're looking for a little bit more punch, a little bit more bass, maybe a little bit more like kind of the brightness coming out of the sound, you're probably going to want to choose the club mode. That's the one that I like to use quite a bit. Live is going to be more so if you are using these speakers as a musician or with live instruments or a band. Speech is going to bring out the vocals, so if you're using these for some sort of a speaking event or mainly doing speaking, you set it to speech. And then monitor is going to be if you're going to tip these guys over and use them as a floor monitor on a stage. That's going to make them sound better and kind of clean them up a little bit more. And then obviously choosing inside or outside depending on where you're using these speakers. If we jump back to our main menu again, if you're using these guys with a sub, and Mackie's got their SR18 subs, and if you want to check out more information about those, there'll be a link down in the description. You can turn that setting on, and that's going to make these speakers sound better because now you've got them hooked up to the sub, which is going to have a lot more bass to it. You've also got delay options on here, so if there's some sort of a delay you want to set on these speakers, you'll notice it's changing the feet and meters as I'm moving the delay forward. And then Bluetooth options for connecting up, which I'm going to go more into. So if you've got these speakers, or if you're looking at how to hook these guys up and the options you have for Bluetooth, I'm going to be going into that more specifically here. And you can use the timestamps down in the description to jump to that area if you want. But you'll notice here that as far as Bluetooth, so it's not linked to another speaker, but if you were going to connect it, you've got your Bluetooth modes where you can set it to stereo. You can also set to if you want it to the left or the right channel. And then last, we've got configuration settings. Again, I just think it's awesome that they give you all these different options. You can go in and adjust for your different channels. If it's a line-in, a mic. For the front of the speakers, they have little LED lights on the bottom of them. You can turn those on and off. You can also set it to signal so that the speakers are going to light up if there's an audio signal coming through them. So if you're walking around a venue and you're trying to figure out if each speaker actually has the signal coming through it, that's very helpful. You can also change the color to green or white, or you can just turn off that setting for the front LEDs. For the back LED screen or LCD screen that we're looking at, you can leave it as high. You can dim this or just completely turn the screen off if you want. It's also got a lock feature, which I think is also completely genius and helpful. So if you've got people walking around at your event, maybe kids or something, and you think they're going to come up and mess with your speaker, you can set some sort of a passcode and then lock it. And now you'll notice I can't do anything to these speakers until I enter that correct pin again, and then I can go ahead and unlock it, and that's going to now unlock the speaker. And then in addition to those lock settings, you have Bluetooth settings. So if you want them to auto connect or auto link, you can turn those on as well. And then you can find out all the information in the About section of this speaker, including it's got a temperature gauge, which is adjusting as you can see live right now. So it also is monitoring the temperature of these speakers. You can factory reset these speakers in that area as well. So now I want to show you the Mackie SRM Connect app, and I've already got it installed on my phone. This is available for Apple as well as Android. So we're going to go into this SRM Connect app. And when you have it connected to your speaker, you're going to see a screen like this. And you'll notice that as I'm adjusting levels on the app, it's also adjusting those digital levels on the back of the speaker, which I think is really unique. So you've got full app capabilities to remotely control this speaker if you're walking around a venue or whatnot. You also have the options where you can tap on the EQs for each one of these channels, and then you've got the abilities here where if you want more of the mids or if you want more of the highs, you can adjust those right in the app. You can also go into the settings, this little gear at the bottom right corner, and that's going to give you all sorts of different modes that you can use with these speakers. So we were talking about the different presets, flat, live, speech. You can choose what mode you'd like to put your speaker into, whether the speaker is inside or outside, and then whether you're using it with a subwoofer. For the Bluetooth, again, you can turn the auto connect on and the auto link on. Memory, so if you use certain presets and you're going to come out to a different venue, or I'm sorry, that same venue, you can save all of those presets that you were using the last time, and that's really convenient. So with settings, you can choose whether you want to turn those front LED lights on, and if you want them to be green or white. The multi just cycles through actually the green, the white, as well as turning them off. If you don't want those on, you can also turn the LED lights off. And then the LCD screen that you're looking at on the back, if you want that dimmed, and you can see that just dimmed it there, or just completely off, you can do that. And then if you want to time delay these, you can do that through the app as well. And then this gives you the about information at the end, where you can find out all the info about this speaker, as well as more docs and videos, customer support, all sorts of great useful features in this app. So as far as connecting this speaker up by Bluetooth, what you're going to want to do is on the speaker itself, you are going to, I would also recommend that you turn the master level down and the Bluetooth level down before doing this. Just because when I've connected before and I had music playing, I had those levels up and it's extremely loud. So we're going to go back to the main menu and go to the Bluetooth settings, and then up top here it says not paired and then pair. I'm going to go ahead and pair it, and that's going to make this discoverable. So I want to pair it to my Google Pixel 3 Android phone, and again this works with Apple. And on my phone, I'm going to pull down from the top of the screen until I get this little gear icon. I'm going to click on that gear icon, and this takes me into my different settings. I want to go to connected devices. So under connected devices, I can see my previously connected devices, and there's the SRM V-class. If this is the first time you're doing this, you're going to want to pair a new device. And now you can see I click pair new device, and there it is, the SRM V-class. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And now it says that it's active. It did connect. So now that it's connected, I'm going to go to my SRM Connect App. It's going to take a second, and now I am in those menus. And again, I can see that I have control of these different settings. Now what I can do is go into whatever music I'm going to be playing from my device, from my phone, and that's going to start playing that music out of the speaker. So from this point, I can, with music playing from my device, I can control the volume. And I've got all the other controls and settings for whatever I'm playing, and I can control all that right from my device. And if you're enjoying this video, if this video is giving you some sort of value, if it's helping you out, take a second right now, smash that like button, as it helps out this video as well as this channel. So I've got my two speakers, and I'm going to show you how you can wirelessly link these up so that you don't have to run cable from one speaker to the other. If you want to shoot sound wirelessly, you do need to be using the Bluetooth capability. So I'm going to be using the Bluetooth in my phone, my Google Pixel 3. But if your laptop or other device also has Bluetooth, you can utilize sending your sound Bluetooth wirelessly to the speakers. So right now on speaker number 1, that's going to become my primary speaker, and I'm going to go to my speaker controls, and what I can do is go to my main menu, and then on here I'm going to go to the Bluetooth, and I can pair this up. So now this speaker is my discoverable speaker for Bluetooth, and I'm going to connect it to my phone using the steps that I showed you before. So now that this speaker is paired, it gives me the option to disconnect. I can also go down on the menu, and what I'm going to do is I want to link it with another speaker. However, I want to start the link with speaker number 2 first. So now we're over on speaker number 2, and again, I'm going to go to Bluetooth, and then under Bluetooth, I don't need to pair this one, but what I'm going to do is connect this to the other speaker. So now it is searching for the other speaker. We're going to jump back to speaker 1, and again on speaker 1 under that Bluetooth, it's currently not linked, but I'm going to try and connect, and it is searching. It has found that other speaker, so this one now says primary, and it allows me to disconnect. Let's go over to speaker number 2. Over here on the secondary speaker, speaker number 2, it's also connected, gives me the option to disconnect. Let's go ahead and try a sample of some music. So there you go, I've got some music playing. It is coming out of both of the speakers, and again, the only plug that I've got going into either one of these speakers is the power. And then just to get you going on your Windows computer, if you're like me and you DJ from a computer using something like Virtual DJ, there's a couple of settings you're going to need to set up in order to take advantage of the wireless Bluetooth. What you can do is turn on Bluetooth on your laptop. So here I'm just going to search for Bluetooth. Actually comes up. And then you want to make sure your Bluetooth is turned on and that you've set your primary speaker to be discoverable by Bluetooth. And then I can go ahead and add a Bluetooth device, and then by clicking Bluetooth I should see the SRM V-class pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to connect to the speaker, and now my device is ready to go. And then from this point, anything I'm playing on the computer should be sent wirelessly. I can then pair speakers together. Now if you're using a program like Virtual DJ, you're also going to have to go into the settings for that. A lot of times it's set to speaker only for the output. You'll need to probably choose something like speaker and headphone in order to get that to work. And then if you want to pipe in a microphone, you'll have to use that for an input into your computer if you want to use the Bluetooth capability. When you're done, make sure you hit apply. So we're going to do some audio tests, and right now I've got the SRM212 set up on a speaker stand. And then a couple of feet away, I have got one of our Shure PG58 microphones that's going to be recording the sound. That's going to all be piped into our Numark M6 mixer. And I'm going to play a bunch of different samples for you so you can get a feel for how these speakers sound. I'm also going to be going through the different modes, so as we're doing each sample, you'll be able to hear the differences in the different presets. I'm also going to pull up the app and we will mess with some of the EQs as well. what are my thoughts on using these speakers? I think they sound great, and I know that it's hard to get a great sound coming out of watching a video that you're seeing online out of whatever computers or headphones that you're using. So my advice for you would be to go to either some sort of a record store or wherever you can find these speakers, maybe at a local dealer, and check them out for yourself. But if you're just trying to use the information here that I am giving you from my testing and my review, I'm very impressed with these speakers. I think that they've got a multiple amount of uses. So whether you're using them for DJing, whether you're going to be performing some sort of live band or a musical instrument with these, or using them for church worship, there's so many different uses. Even like speaking events, if you need speakers, you've got a lot of different options, and having all the different EQ settings, having the app capability, being able to change all the different levels and things either on your device or just using the mixer that's built in on the back of these speakers, I think it's great. I think having the ability to set these speakers up either straight or angled, depending on which one of the bottom cups you put into the tripod on the bottom of these speakers. And then just from a sound quality standpoint, I think these speakers sound really crisp. I think the music coming out of them sounds really good. And, you know, I would just say that if you are planning on turning these things way up, from my experience, the music didn't really distort or get distorted. Sometimes, depending on the speakers you're using, maybe lower end brand speakers, the more you turn the speakers up, the more you're gonna kind of start to hear the sound fall apart. From my experience of testing, I wasn't experiencing that using these speakers. They just sounded great. Now, a couple of things that I also wanted to just mention. So in using the Bluetooth capabilities, which I think is really a neat feature about these speakers, it claims on the information from Mackie that you can get up to 100 meters distance using the Bluetooth between speakers. Now, with my testing in our backyard, which we've got just under an acre of land, I set up my laptop outside and then I started stretching the speakers out and doing distance testing. I couldn't get anywhere near 100 meters, or 100 meters translated into feet is 328 feet. I was able to get about 85 feet between, say, my laptop computer and then that speaker before it started cutting out. So I think these speakers give you a full all-around sound. If you're somebody that likes a lot of bass like me, you probably want to use these speakers with some sort of a subwoofer. Mackie has their DRM sound woofers that you might want to check out, and there'll be links down in the description below as well. So naturally, you're probably wondering, how do these speakers compare to other brands that are out there? Right now, when we're DJing, we use QSE K12.2s. And if you hit that subscribe button, that little notification bell, you'll get notified as I release new videos. And one of those upcoming videos is going to be a comparison video between these guys, the SRM212s and the QSE K12.2s. Man, that's a lot of numbers and letters. Huh. So I hope you guys join me for that. And depending on when you're watching this video, if that video comparison's already come out, I will leave a link to that down in the description of this video as well. But for right now, I am interested to know, what are your thoughts on these speakers? Let me know down in the comments section below. Hey guys, my name is Jeff, and as always, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I will see you in the next video.